It is the Riot podcast. Everything's fine.
I was going to open. I'll just open the drink now. That's
Go ahead.
fine.
What do you got?
It's just that grapefruit sparkling water. Why don't make the face?
It's
all I had. It's all I had when I was leaving this morning.
All I have left.
And I bought it and we're going to use it, okay? So I don't want it. I want soda, but I didn't have any.
I don't want this.
No one wants pink grapefruit sparkling water.
Why did you buy it?
It's not bad. It's refreshing sometimes. And I can't drink soda all the time. And I don't want regular water. So that's what we're doing. You just make a face like, I don't know. I do know. It's great. I don't want it either.
I really love all the honesty that just took place. I don't like it. I hate it. Sometimes it's refreshing, but I can't, and I'm not going to drink water.
I'm done with that. I drank some already this morning. I want something else. And you're not supposed to bring it up because then it upsets the person who doesn't want it either. Okay? It's not like I chose to live this life.
To me, pink grapefruit it's one of those things where they're like, well, there's nothing sweet left on the whole earth. We ate it all, and we're in this nuclear wasteland. But
that's all that's left?
A pink grapefruit. Let us be thankful that this survived. It's so good. I like to dip my onions in it.
Be the worst.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I just don't want you to make a face next time because, I want something else, too.
I can't guarantee
that won't happen again.
That there's not going to be faces made. I can't. I'm going
to go take my sparkling water and go drink it upstairs in my office where it won't bother anybody.
Oh, man, speaking of offices, we didn't do the office pod today. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay, stuff in the podcast today. We talk about Noah's Ark Water Park, the gym, Obadiah losing his mind again. That's what I titled it. Just
you hear
right
a few times of passion coming from him where I think he's tired of it all.
I'm losing my mind over here. Nikki and the
Can
Green.
I offer you some refreshment to help you?
Now that
maybe you need grapefruit.
Your mental instability is obviously a result of lack of pink grapefruit.
You're
in your
dehydrated.
Diet. Yeah, that's what it is. We talked Danny Trejo, Lunar Gateways, novelty flavors, Animal Crossing, asymptomatic coronavirus, PlayStation 5, Apple. Again, 2 Apple stories? Wow.
Did we have 2 Apple stories?
For riches.
What was the other one?
The green.
And the selfie, the group selfie. That's actually kind of interesting about technology where if you're distant from your friends and stuff, how can you still have a selfie picture?
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking here. I feel like our podcast is getting longer, and our boss just sent us an email about how podcasts should get shorter.
Well, you guys, if we don't make it long enough, we do hear from you on that. And I've never had someone say it's too long.
I just love that we got that email of I've always felt like he doesn't really like our podcast anyway.
It's just the right length. I think it is.
He's like, maybe it could be shorter. Maybe we shouldn't do it.
He doesn't listen to podcasts, though. He's not the person to ask.
What does he listen to?
Not podcasts.
Does he like anything?
It's his job to not actually like anything on record so that he can shoot down everything you like and want to come up with. And make it feel like it's your fault, like when you choose to have sparkling water in the morning.
He's the one that makes pink grapefruit related items.
I'm going to go upstairs and he'll start yelling at me.
All right. Well, hey, you guys have a fantastic day.
Thank you for listening to the whole podcast.
Yeah, here's an hour of yelling, and we're really sorry it's so long.
Don't forget to text us to say hello, 877-2-RADIO-U. If we're not in the studio, just put your name, where you're at, and that you're a podcast listener, and we look back and we check them all even when we're gone. So we'll get back with you when we come back into the studio.
Good call.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
One day, a heroic time traveler will go back in time to make sure none of this ever happens. Until then, it's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Who wants to go to the water park?
Yay!
Noah's Ark Water Park?
Oh.
Noah's Ark Water Park is, according to this, it is the largest water park in the United States.
Where's it at?
It's in Wisconsin.
Really?
Wisconsin Dells.
Okay, now I've heard of that place.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. It was built in 1979. And, okay, Here's the part that I can't quite get, like, the real lowdown on. It's located on 70 acres.
Yeah.
And so they call it the water park capital of the world, Wisconsin Dells. It's got 2, they say, endless rivers. Must be circles. 4 children's water play areas, 2 giant wave pools. Noah's Ark's one of the best places, blah, 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 blah. So the water park offers lots of attractions, including Raja, the world's largest king cobra.
Is that a roller coaster, I take it?
Well, it's like a water slide where you slide up and down and around in a snake's mouth. Like, that's cool.
Sure.
That's not cool.
Well, you know, I guess it's just fun.
It's not fun.
Doesn't have to be cool fun.
There's nothing cool or fun about snakes.
So what's the news with them?
They're going to open.
Oh, I see. All right. So and you're like, I don't live in the Dells in Wisconsin. Still, this shows other water parks and places what the COVID response would be and how would they manage its water parks in different places.
Nikki, the largest water park has a tendency to lead the way.
Exactly.
If you're going to be the largest, you better be ready.
So they'll have to know what to do.
So they're going to open up on June 20th. If you buy a season pass this year, it's good for next year, too.
Yeah, the amusement parks are doing that, too.
Yeah, a lot of
I think that's a good call.
And so, you know what? There's a whole list of, like, face coverings. You're going to get your temperature checked when you come in. You're going to be washing your hands all day long.
In the pool. No,
right there in some other kid's urine. You can just get your hand all cleaned off. Hand sanitizer. Social distancing is going to be required between your party and others. They're limiting capacity. There will be sanitizing teams. And there's going to be education and training for the staff.
Sure.
You know what I've been thinking about is how bad everybody says on TV, and like I read these internet articles or whatever, and they're like, and then it'll be heavily sanitized. That's somebody's job.
Yeah, to do all that.
There's not a button that heavily sanitizes things. There are people that have to come in and heavily sanitize. That doesn't sound like much fun to me. I'm sure you got to do what you got to do, but.
So this is the interesting note, which, again, remember, might not be because you're going there, but you'll need to find out if your local place is doing. So if you have a general admission ticket holder, you need to register for the date you want to go in advance.
Yeah, you can't just go.
Yeah, and will be asked at the select date when purchasing tickets. So you pick it then, similar to like, when you'd go to Disney, you'd pick its day. Season pass holders, guests who are staying at the hotel, and those who have previously purchased tickets will not need to choose a day, but if they've met capacity, you're not going in.
Nope.
So those are the biggest 2 notes to take, into consideration.
No room at the inn. And again, we know you're not going to Noah's Ark Water Park.
Did you see Katie's text?
No.
They were going to go at spring break.
What?
But they had to reschedule. So now she said time to reschedule because they're going to be opening up.
We were going to Wisconsin Dells on spring break.
So that must have been postponed.
Katie, that's the opposite direction of where people go on spring break, right?
Normally people don't go that way.
Wisconsin is the top of America. People go to the bottom.
Well, everybody likes different things.
Wouldn't it be too cold for that? On spring break?
No, probably not.
Yeah, all right. Well, it just goes to show my ignorance. It's showing again, guys.
Obadiah and Nikki tried their hardest, and that's what really matters. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, has our gym opened back up yet?
That's
you don't even know.
I don't even know.
You don't even know. Like, you don't even.
I don't even care. I've been trying to actually cancel it. Without having to go in.
I need you to tell me
if it has opened back up.
If you can get it canceled, because I want to cancel too.
Well, I've been going longer than you, though. So I thought you said you had a year thing.
I think so.
But I don't recall ever remembering that, or at least that was in the very small fine print. Yeah. But I've been there for over a year, so it might be different for mine.
You can just go ahead and cancel whenever you want.
Yeah, so I've been working on that.
It says it's open 24 hours.
Well, that just, sometimes you just don't update things during the COVID stuff because it was assumed.
Right.
It was just pretty much well known.
Maybe we should call over there.
Good luck.
What, getting somebody to answer the phone?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
It's fine.
I mean, I keep getting emails that are like, hey guys, we're doing another fitness at home week.
Well, I think because certain areas in the country are still perhaps not open for them.
So like you're saying,
it varies from place to place.
Maybe our Planet Fitness might be open, but their Planet
Someone
Fitness
else's
might
not. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it probably opened around the time because you joined another gym too. And that's been open.
I'm in 2 gyms.
You're
now.
in 2 gyms, so I think probably around that same time it opened.
He's very fit, very very fit.
Well, you have different gyms for different needs. It's fine.
Yeah, that gym's there just in case I want to say I'm part of it.
Sure,
it's exciting. So yeah, that.
Why were you asking? Were you just going to go in, or did you see the email?
No, I just thought I'd check in with you. I feel like you're a little more in tune with paying attention to what people are saying, what emails come through, tweets.
And what they're doing.
Yeah, so like if I have a question, I just ask you.
Sure.
Because Google's not helping.
No, I'll be glad to help if I know the answer.
I'll just tell you, if you find out, I want you to let me know. And again, if you find out about canceling, you should let me know too.
Will do.
You know what? I'm looking right here. Not open yet.
Not yet.
This says club hours, convenient hours when we reopen.
Ah.
Wow. Week of June 15th. So next week they say they're going to open. Yeah. Good. I wonder how long the cancel line will be.
That's a good question, which is why I don't think they're trying. It's not like sticking your head in the sand to make it go away, but I think they think and this is not just our gym, but I think every place that you might want to cancel, I think if they're trying to make you wait till they get back with you, they think that if you wait long enough, you'll just change your mind.
Sure.
And not cancel.
Sure.
So that's not my favorite tactic, but many places do it.
Oh, sure.
So we'll see what happens.
Avoidance.
Yes, exactly.
I get it. I've done it myself.
And we'll do it in the future. And so will they.
It's very human. Makes them feel like people.
The Riot. They're kind of a big deal.
Hey, can we do that again? Maybe a little more energy?
No. RadioU.
It's funny. I said at the end of like a couple minutes ago, I was like, look up cognitive dissonance. It's killing me. It really is driving me crazy. The news is driving me insane. It's part of our job to look at it. What is really hard for me is all of the different voices. It is very hard to find, I think, some things that I don't want to say this.
Is it because all the voices are yelling at you in the news?
It's all yelling.
Trying to get you to believe them and get the attention.
And they're such extremes. Extremes get clicks, and therefore that's what... I know this is hard to believe, but news organizations are money-making organizations. They're there to make money. They are commercial entities. People don't think they are, but they are. Look at them. They are ad-driven businesses. And so extremes get clicks, and that's what they lead with. And so, day in and day out, you're bombarded with extremes as they are trying to make money. And so anything that remotely resembles a moderate voice usually gets drowned out by the noise. And I just look at it and I'm like, hey, I want to find a way. I want us to find a way forward that is fair and good for everybody. And I actually think that's the majority of us.
I think so, too.
I think the majority of Americans want to, when I say love each other, I don't necessarily mean we want to hug people we don't know at the store, okay? But I'll tell you what, we don't want to hit them. We don't want to hurt it. I want people, regardless of race, color, whatever, to be able to live in my country and live well and have good opportunities and not be afraid of anybody, but to just be able to live at peace. That's what I want. Are there, and I know then we start disagreeing about how do we reach that point? I actually don't even know. But I'll tell you, some of the people that are yelling at me, I don't think they got it right. I feel like... And
they're still yelling awfully loudly.
Yeah, I just feel... It's like I just want to hold my head and I'm like, please stop yelling just for a minute.
I still think it's layer upon layer. Everybody's been yelling for many, many months now. For so long. And yeah, you're at your break where you don't want to see it anymore. Man, and it's... And then I love it. It's like, if you say I need a break, people are like, you just want to stick your head in the sand. I'm like, no, I just need a break for a minute. And then it's like, well, why are you speaking up? I can't think
I can't think right now.
You don't know what to do.
I'm trying. And so, you know what? Maybe I just want you to know that in the middle of this all, there's a lot of people in a lot of different places. And I'm just in the place where I feel like my brain has just become completely exhausted.
Well, especially hard because some can just turn it off, but the yelling, I mean, not your brain.
Yeah.
But you just can't. We still have to have the show.
So
still have to have stuff as we make our way through everything.
Man, it's something. So you know what? I would encourage you today that if your job doesn't, Nikki and I have to have a certain amount of news, but you know what? It's okay to step away for a few minutes for your own mental health, to take a break, to, get some deep breaths. And you know what? The other thing that you could do is that you could honestly begin to form your own opinion about what's going on. That's the other thing I find is that it's very hard for us to do any thinking on our own when our mind is constantly full of other people's thoughts.
So if you turn it off and then start to form your own opinion.
Right. And you might need the noise to stop. You might need a day of just relaxed whatever, and then your brain will actually get a chance to working. So today's Tuesday. I'm totally doing that this weekend.
Okay. So you just have to make it till then.
So I'm just going to make it till...
Okay, just a few more days left.
No, ain't no thing.
It's fine.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki is right now, she's having a back and forth, a struggle as she waits for something to show up.
Oh, yeah, to be delivered. It has been sitting in a warehouse since last Wednesday. No news, no nothing about it.
But it was free. So they're
Doesn't
not,
matter.
they're not, no, they're not.
They
they're
know
in no
exactly
hurry.
what's in the boxes because they're not moving them at all.
They're just like, yeah, we'll get to it. Whatever.
I know, that's how I feel. They're like, oh, this was free for everybody. We don't need to actually send these out, even though it's not in the company's warehouse. It's in the delivery, that warehouse.
Don't rush. Don't rush these
people. We're never going to get them. We're never going to.
Never going to get it, Nikki.
Never, ever going to get it.
That's right. So Nikki and I both got free Google Home Minis from Google because we're YouTube premium subscribers.
They give them out all the time in various ways.
They
so if you've ever paid for one, you should never, ever pay for a Google Mini.
Yeah, like they're always chucking them for some reason. And Nikki's a little distraught. She hasn't seen hers
on
yet.
It, and we're just all anticipating its return to the house.
It's never coming.
It's never going to come.
I mean, you just need to go home and have a discussion and just say, all right, guys,
I don't know.
Remember the time that I lied to all of you?
No, here's my personality,
they lied
my
to
thing.
Me.
I'm the type of person where, to me, it's not really wrong. Like, I'm not really upset that it's not here yet. I take it one step further in my brain, and anytime there's a problem, I see that now, you're going to have to figure out and talk to the shipping company. You're going to have to go and try to figure out who can you talk to about if it never gets here. Like, I see the potential future problems if they never actually send it to you.
I am just so a place where I'm just like, you know what? Just forget it.
And so you just write it off.
Just
You're like, wait,
it.
no, we can't.
And then 3 years from now,
it'll come.
This box that looks like it's literally been through hell, Michigan, or whatever. Like, I mean, it's just beat to pieces.
It'll finally show up.
I'll be like, hey, look, a Google Mini. Remember when the internet still works?
Oh, no, it'll be here. It's fine.
Yeah. So, and what color did you get?
I got the pink one.
I believe it's salmon.
It's salmon.
It's not pink. It's salmon.
Well, close.
I got charcoal.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I'm excited about the new charcoal device
in your house,
finding its way into my house.
Oh, I just know it'll be fine. It's all going to be fine.
It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Really excited about it. Can't wait till it gets here.
But I knew Obi was waiting on his too. So I texted him yesterday. I was like, hey, did you ever get yours? Because I think ours are in a big thing.
I'm sure that's true.
They're all being held somewhere.
I don't want to upset you, but when you texted me, I had forgotten that I was getting a free Google Mini.
Will you pay attention to your stuff, please?
I just clicked the yes, I'll take the free one box, and I was like, whatever.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh.
You know what? I would be more excited about it if I had not been dumb enough to buy an Amazon Fire Cube that sits in my basement and that's where I actually wanted another
you would have
thing.
put that there?
And so I put that there. So, I mean, I guess so the NSA could listen better, I could put it in the corner.
You could.
So
You want to make
dual
sure
coverage.
everybody's listening to everything.
That's probably what I should do.
Things are never as bad as they seem, except when it comes to the riot. Then they're worse. They're always worse. It's the Riot on Radio U.
I want to say hi to Peter on Facebook. Nikki, he sent me an article here about future riot food fights.
Ooh, what do we got?
Some of the difficulty that we're having. No. Remember how you just like, ooh.
Oh, there's nothing to look forward
It's like,
to?
oh.
And that's because people have been inside, not going out to stores to be able to look for these food fight items, which for us would be like, the limited edition Oreo or this or that. So they haven't been coming out with any.
Well, that's part of it. This article actually heads at it a different direction. That's basically what I assumed. Like, well, since people can't go out, why put the effort in?
Yeah.
But they say that basically on the manufacturing side, and I know you don't like to think about Oreos being manufactured. You like to think about them, obviously growing off of a beautiful Oreo tree in a special orchard where they're cultivated. That is not the case. And so as they are trying to manufacture, you guys remember back in March when you couldn't get toilet paper and there was a lot of things you couldn't get? Everybody ran to the store and bought a bunch of stuff like the world was ending. And you were like, the last thing I want to do is eat an Oreo and go to the bathroom. And then that's it. Then I'm ready to die in peace.
So you're saying everybody bought all the junk food then?
Well, they did. And so what happened on the food supply side is everybody was like, all right, that's it. We're going straight down the middle. So instead of making, Oreo this and Oreo that and Oreo whatever, they just make Oreos.
Sure.
Instead of making, and I'll say this is legit. I have been trying to get some more of that Diet Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry, kid. It's gone. And it is? It's gone?
Completely?
Find it for me.
I saw it at a gas station 2 days ago.
That's different.
Okay, but
I was going to buy like a 12-pack or a 6-pack or like quantity that I could take home and say enjoy for multiple days.
Well, think of it like how McDonald's took away their all-day breakfast menu and they condensed stuff. They took their salads away. They took all this stuff away just to give you what most people order. So when you go to the store, same thing. The main thing you can get, but they just weren't taking the time or the resources to make all the other stuff.
Exactly that, Nikki.
Makes sense.
And so they say that it's going to be a while before we return to our cornucopia of nonsense food. It's coming back eventually.
But until
just
then,
not right now.
You get what you get. It's just the main things.
Like, you can have any Oreo you like as long as you like it in plain Oreo.
You're perfect.
Which, again, you wind the clock back, 30, 40 years, and people are dancing in the streets because there's an Oreo.
Well,
they're like, look there's an Oreo.
No.
I've never had anything this wonderful.
It's changed because if you go up to the start of the COVID stuff, I mean, do you remember all the cereals we were having? There was like new things left and right every day.
Yeah.
And it's just not happening now.
That's what I'm saying, is that there was a time when people were like, wow, prepackaged cereal. Who knew it could be this good?
We took it all for granted.
And now
we
we're
weren't
like,
thankful enough.
What do you mean there's just chocolate Lucky Charms? Where's chocolate Lucky Charms with more Oreos and this?
Where's the collabs? That's just not what we're getting.
Where's Count Lucky Charms?
Now, Michelle said they have tiramisu Oreos at her Target, and there's an exclamation point, so I assume that means she likes them.
Okay. I guess that's all right.
Mitch says the weirdest thing he couldn't find in stores right now, and he's looking, is the toaster strudels.
Yeah, just eat a Pop-Tart. I know.
What are you doing?
The strudels,
that's not the same.
But that's the ones you get in the freezer, right?
I think so.
You get them frozen.
Put it in, and then you add the little icing packet on it.
Man, that's what rich people eat. When I was a kid, we were
Mitch
just
Obie never had the toaster strudel.
My mom never got me toaster strudel, and I hated anyone wwho had it.
We're not supposed to be like that. We're just supposed to be fine with breakfast pastries.
Actually, I don't even...
You didn't even have Pop-Tarts?
No. I was trying to think, I don't know what I ate for breakfast. And I'm not just saying that. I don't know. I have no idea.
Is that why you still have such a hard time deciding what to have for breakfast now?
Maybe.
Maybe that goes all the way back then.
Yeah, but like I know my mom fed me. I'm still here.
She was fine.
So I mean, like
she fooled you. You just weren't getting breakfast.
Mom, thanks for feeding me. I don't remember any of it, but I'm really glad you did it.
Thanks for getting me to this point.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the riot podcast.
Nikki, is your phone going green?
What does that mean? Does
Apparently,
that mean it's changing colors?
You've got an iPhone 11, right?
I do.
So they're saying that some people that got the recent iOS update, their screens now have a green tint. You unlock the phone while in dark mode or night shift, and then, woo!
It's green?
Greenish. And people everywhere are green with envy because they didn't get the bug.
Why does everybody else get the cool bugs?
Everybody's got the cool bug. I got nothing.
We get the one that just ruins things, but not the fun green color.
This is like the worst.
No, I don't think I have that. It doesn't look like I do.
All right. They say that was with the 13.5.1 update.
Yeah.
But they're going to hurry up and release 13.5.2.
Then that'll take care of the screen problem?
Which they say should take care of the screen problem. I just wanted to see if you got it.
No, I don't have it. I'm not cool enough.
Man.
I just got the normal update.
Nikki's got
phone.
Nikki's got her face pressed up against the glass. Can I come in, guys?
I want a greenish tint.
I want to have the green tint. I want to know what it's like.
Everybody else gets the good stuff.
I hate it here.
No, I don't think I do.
Okay. I'm sure you would know. Or do you love Apple so much that you'd cover for it? Like, no, my phone's always been like this.
No, I think...
And who are you to tell my phone what color to be?
No, I think this one's fun enough. I'd want to be in on the group. So I'd want to be on that side.
Well,
waiting for the 0.2 update.
Too bad for you, Nikki.
Yeah.
They're leaving you out.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right. So no green tint for you.
Unless I just don't know, like my eyesight just maybe doesn't catch on to a green tint.
You know what? Maybe so you're like everyone else. Let's see if we can get you some green translucent tape. We'll put it on the outside of your phone. You'll be like, look, guys, my phone's green too. Yeah, let's do
We're not doing that.
Why not? We could just get like some green saran
You go take it to the store
something.
and they're like, there's something wrong with it. And they're like, ma'am, what's this?
I just want to be in on what's happening.
I want to have a problem with my phone like everybody else is.
I don't understand why Apple broke everybody else's phone, but they didn't break mine.
Now,
what is this?
It's not everybody that's getting the green tint.
All right, fine. It's not everybody.
So it seems like it's just a select lucky few.
You know what? Stand tall, green tint phone people. You got selected. And then Apple's going to deselect you soon.
You'll get that. I actually just, I like if something goes wrong and then you find out it's not just you and they have a fix coming soon. So that way you don't have to worry about it too long.
You're basically listening to a real-time cringe compilation. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Lunar Gateway.
What is it?
We're making one. We're building a lunar gateway.
Are we?
Yeah, we're building. We just gave Northrop Grumman, and I'm like, or you might say, well, what do you mean we? The Riot? No, the United States of America, who's just like printing money. We have basically given them $187 million to design and develop what they're calling an orbiting lunar hotel for astronauts. So the idea is, think space station, but like smaller space station that we put in orbit around the moon.
Oh,
and then when we send
there.
stuff to the moon, they go there, and then maybe they go to the moon. Maybe they go to Mars. But, you know, it's just a place to hang out.
We just have to have something nice. You know, we can't just have the one place. We have to have more.
You got to have a little extra something up there. So that.
Now when you go up into space, you're like, where do I stay?
Where are you going to go?
Where do I go to stay?
And Nikki, this is going to be that place. So they'll get a chance to go and hang out and stuff. So they say they want to build it so that up to 4 astronauts could hang out for like a whole month.
Whoa.
It gets even better. Nikki, it's the Habitation and Logistics Outpost.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it means. Habitation and Logistics Outpost. Yeah. That's a Halo, Nikki.
Is it? Is it a reference to Halo?
I don't know that it is, but that's what it's called.
That's what it's called?
The Halo. The halo will be the lunar gateway.
Nice.
Oh, it's nice.
It's all starting, isn't it? Pack your bags. We're going to space.
This is happening.
Yeah, it is.
Whether you like it or not.
Hey, ever since the dragon thing happened, that was so impressive. I don't mind space as much. I just don't want to be the one going up.
You're going.
No, and I'm especially not at first.
We're putting you on the halo. Nikki's going to be on the halo. It's happening.
You're just out there holding a speaker system playing this song as I'm dragged on board. She's like, it's fine, she's fine.
She'll like it when she gets there.
She's like this all the time.
Everybody has a little bit of a hard time sometimes when you start the trip.
We're all nervous, and she doesn't like to travel, so it's fine.
You know what? The crying and screaming is perfectly, she's fine. Let her go.
He's just hope it drowns it out.
Just put this helmet on her. She's fine. No big deal. But there it is.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So the lunar gateway will be smaller than the International Space Station. And they'll add all these, it'll have a lot of add-ons to it. So
it's just thing like they're thinking like you start with a room, but eventually you're going to do things like
they add something else to it.
I mean, it's going to be an indoor pool, but it'll still be nice.
That'd be awesome.
A pool in space. I don't think that works.
Why not? Why can't it? Why are you closing your mind to that?
I guess if you could spin it up fast enough, maybe you could make that happen. I'll leave that to your careful.
You just float through a droplet of water and you're just like, it's like swimming.
Water in 0G, that would be terrifying because you could it would be so easy to drown in that. Because then even if you
you really put the negative out there.
No, but think about it. Like, I'll bet I've never even thought about this, but liquid in 0G, like if it got in your lungs, how would you get it out?
That's true. Oh yeah, that is true.
Vacuum.
What if that's how murder happened in space? And
murder.
Okay, these are all weird thoughts now. Let's just, I don't like to jump from the new space hotel to this is how you could die in space and how they wouldn't even think about it.
Whoa.
This is the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nikki.
Yeah.
She is the founder and proprietor of, what did we call your island?
Bear Isle.
Berry Island?
Yes.
Berry Isle? So how are things on Berry Isle?
Wonderful. I am all into Animal Crossing. Not too much, a respectable amount every day.
Okay.
We're just finding our footing as to what we should do each day to have a healthy life over there.
Do you know who else is a big fan of Animal Crossing?
Who?
Danny Trejo.
Oh, the one guy. Oh, you
Machete.
would know him. Yeah, he's in a bunch of movies. You would totally know him if you saw him.
If you don't think you know, you would.
You've seen him in something.
Yeah. So
he plays Animal Crossing.
He does.
Everybody does it.
A guy by the name of Gary Whitta, who is he actually wrote Rogue One, a Star Wars story. He's like a special effects guy. I think he's doing this like series of YouTube videos in which he interviews people about their Animal Crossing islands.
Yeah.
It's called Animal Talking. And so
looking it up.
I'll send you a link to it. Danny Trejo takes him on a tour of his Animal Crossing island.
What a cute idea.
And shows him his setup.
I would love to see the setup.
And so Danny Trejo, who does, he sounds like this tough guy, and he's like, I love the little animals and like all this stuff. I love it.
So that's the first episode. That's
it
cute.
Is.
What a great idea.
Trejo has an, I quote, adorable mini recreation of Venice Beach and a taco stand. Which he does. I think he has an actual taco stand on Venice Beach. Yeah. I'm all but certain that he runs, I don't know that it's a chain, but he has a restaurant. Which, a lot of celebrities will do that. They're like, I have so much money. This place is just for fun. And so I think he runs a restaurant there. Or like he owns one.
Well, his town is so much further along. I just started on Friday, so I'm new to the, Animal Crossing Kingdom.
Sure, but this is a vision casting moment for you, Nikki.
It gives me something to look at and say, okay, I want that. So I got to work hard at it every day.
There you go. Go stop by.
So if you're a fan of Animal Crossing, if you just look up Animal Talking series on YouTube, then you can find his. His is episode 1.
Yeah, it is. So are you. You feeling inspired?
Yeah,
I'll
watch
Danny
it.
Trejo?
I'll absolutely watch it.
All right. You should open your own taco stand.
In the game?
Yeah. Or, if you want to in real life too, Nikki, I'll support that. As long as you can serve them to me without onions, I'm going to have a special order.
I've just been working hard to save money. I have more money in my virtual life than real life.
You're listening to a morning show hosted by two people who absolutely despise getting up in the morning.
Will you give me a break one time?
The Riot, Radio U.
Nikki, Bailey wants you to put your friend code out there so they can give you flowers and fruit on Animal Crossing.
Okay, first, that sounds so nice. How nice would that be in real life, too? Flowers and fruits for everyone.
The only thing about that, though, is once you put that out there, I think that means people can visit your island and people can trash your island.
They can? Oh, not the people that would come. Just nice people only.
Yeah.
Don't I have to have the Nintendo Online thing, though, in order to do that? Because you can only do local.
I think so.
Meaning, like, the person has to be, like, right next to you for it to be free. And I don't have the online thing.
You know, Nikki, for $20 a year.
Is it cheaper? I think it's like 30-something. I was looking into it last night.
Okay. Of course you were. Nintendo Online. I actually don't know how much it costs.
I think it's something.
I don't know if it's still there, but they had a thing where if you were like an Amazon Prime member, like with Twitch Prime, you got a year of it for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, Nikki, you could do a free 7-day trial. Mm-hmm. Let's get a look at their pricing and plans. And do you want an individual membership or a family membership?
Individual.
Because if you want an individual membership, I can get you in for 12 months at only $20.
That's not bad. That's not bad. And then, Bailey, you can come on over to the island.
Maybe.
And I can go out and see you guys.
Maybe. I think the maybe is a key word here, Nikki.
I don't know. I'm looking at it. So if I do, I'll post it.
All right. Well, but you should look into that first. Make sure that posting it doesn't, invite ruffians to ruin the island paradise.
Isle?
Well, I mean, you've been putting a lot of work into creating a very specific utopian society out there. And if you bring people in,
we can see. I think it'd be fine. You can close it down, can't you? Just shut the door.
Yeah. I mean, are you familiar with what a troll is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever met one?
Online? Not too often.
They're out there.
They are?
It's called.
I try to lay low enough to where I don't have to experience that. But if you're telling me just by opening up my Animal Crossing island that could do it.
It's called griefing.
It is?
Yeah.
No, just because you got sofaed once.
No, it's not the same. That's like a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing.
Oh, my gosh. I think I'll be fine. And those are famous last words as my Animal Crossing island. Oh, that's too bad. I was actually kind of interested in doing it.
Well, don't be done with it. All I'm doing is you had a wide-eyed look, just, everything will be fine.
But everybody's doing it.
I just want you to be a little cautious so things don't.
Now all I hear in my head will be your statements about it as I can't open the island. Bailey and everybody else who's asked for my friend code, I would do it, but he said no.
I didn't say no. I said be careful.
Be careful with it.
Is that wrong? Is it wrong for me to tell you to be careful? I'm trying to help you, Nikki.
I'm surprised. I thought you'd be all for it.
I know that right now this is uncomfortable, but this is what real friendship sounds like. That's what it sounds like this.
Now, someone just texted, said Animal Crossing has lots of controls to prevent that, though.
Okay. Well, Nikki, you need to learn about those controls.
So we won't have griefing and trolling. When you have that enough in your real life, we can't have that in the island life.
You're right, Nikki, because people are a lot nicer online.
Proper planning prevents poor performance. Clearly, the Riot didn't properly plan. This is the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Okay, Nikki, I don't know what happened in our break room.
Yeah.
But it looks like someone either, one, went on a diet, or B, threw an unsuccessful party.
Oh, because of all the food in there?
There are a bunch of half-eaten bags of like chips and popcorn.
Maybe someone did have a party.
I mean, and I can't decide if somebody's like, that's it. I'm not eating any more of this stuff. I'm cleaning it out.
If you've ever gone on a diet, you like go through your kitchen and you're like, I'm not eating this food. And so you either throw it away or sometimes people just bring it to work so that we can eat the rest of the stuff.
Yeah. And?
It does feel a bit like that. Especially like there's these, all these cheesy chip things in there.
Exactly.
Normal things we haven't seen before.
There's Cheetos. There's like butter popcorn, and then there is popcorn with coconut oil and pink Himalayan salt, which to me feels like that's the progression of going on a diet. You're like, I started with Cheetos. It's hardcore. I'm cutting back a little bit. I'm going to go with a cheese corn. It's a lightly cheesed corn. And then you're like, no. It's just coconut oil. That's all natural. And Himalayan sea salt, which has something I need from the Himalayas.
No, that feels like they chose that one thinking it would be a nice diet alternative, but they don't like the flavor.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they bring it in.
It was a slow progression into a full-on diet, and then they just brought it all in and dumped it.
Then you turn back around and you go back even more for the cheese stuff. I don't know. Does anybody know? Did anybody hear? Did Hudson do it? Sydney? JR? Lex? Anyone?
I don't know. Here's another question for you. Do you think it is okay to hand somebody a half-eaten bag of chips?
Are we sure we didn't eat it in-house?
I don't know the answer to that. It's entirely possible, but I just know this, that I have memories of childhood in which, like my mom, we're going to a party. There are bags of chips along with whatever. I open the chips and start eating them, and it's just like, what have you done? You have ruined the chips.
Oh, instead of pouring them out into a bowl?
No. We were like, let's say we were leaving for the party in 20 minutes, and I was like, I'm going to just get a little sneak preview of these chips that we're carrying to the party.
You were going to eat it at the party anyways.
Yeah, that was my mentality, sure. But
you ruined the presentation of it.
A social moray in which I should have been walking into that party with unopened bags of chips.
Well, these are opened and they're mostly eaten. So yeah. I don't know where they're coming from.
I just want to make sure there wasn't like a party here that I didn't get invited to.
Why isn't anybody bringing any sodas? Like, why aren't we all cutting back on that?
I don't know.
We never get anything good.
I'll just tell you right now. Just, you know what? Hook me up to a diet soda machine. You know what?
Well, what you need to do is start on air talking about how bad diet soda is. So whoever's going on this diet thing and bringing in their snacks would then feel convicted to bring in their sodas.
That's a good call. They feel so bad about it, they bring it in.
Or maybe they're in the back.
Yeah. It's the same as it's pickling your brain. That's what it's doing to you. It's pickling you. It's true.
It's true.
Man, throw a quarter in it. Watch what happens.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you better bring it here. You don't need that at home anymore.
Nikki and I know how to safely dispose of it.
We can. We'll make sure it gets poured away.
We'll take care of it for you.
The whining, the loathing, the insightful commentary on postmodern historical doctrine. Okay, maybe not the last one. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
I figured it out. I got it. So everybody just relax.
Settle in as you explain it.
We're going to get this. I need the most brilliant minds available. Now, I'm not on that list. You understand. But there are people out there. I need us to create time travel. Now, many people think you can get the Gray Sports Almanac and bet on sports. That's funny. There are no sports. No, I need us to go into the future, and then I need somebody to look back and explain to me what's going on.
Oh, sure.
And then I'll be fine. So if somebody could just take care of that for me, that would be great. Now, you're like, oh, Obadiah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Okay. But here's where I'm at. Yesterday, the World Health Organization came out and said, oh, yeah, look, people that don't have symptoms of the coronavirus but have the coronavirus, they're not really spreading it. You see, 3 months ago, I was told that one of the most dangerous things in the universe was that I could be an asymptomatic carrier of the coronavirus.
Not know it.
And just be spreading it all over the place. Just, I am the coronavirus. I get it all over everything all the time.
He's absolutely losing it.
And now they're like, yeah, I don't know, not really. I mean, it can happen, but it's super rare. What?
This is hard for you, isn't it?
So, when we were, just sitting there.
In the house?
Not sick, but you were like, yeah, but you could be sick and you don't know you're sick. And if you don't know you're sick, you could be spreading it without knowing that you're sick. And now they're like, yeah, that wasn't a thing.
Well, it's hard. I mean, you wanted to keep everybody in then because some people, even if they started to show symptoms, but you're saying for those of us that never had anything and, probably didn't, or if you did, if you were asymptomatic, you would have been fine.
Now, many of you are now, like, this undoubtedly outrages some people, my take on it. And I understand that because there is an element of, like, if you look at knowledge and science, it progresses and it builds. And as a result, we don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And when this thing was new, people were studying it. And of course, we understand it better now than we did then. And of course, if we knew then what we know now, we would have handled it differently. But we were learning in real time.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing we could. I get that. And in fact, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about, what we did. I think we did our best. Two things that concern me. One is the next time this happens, this is going to be a cried wolf kind of thing. There's going to be a time when something like that could come up. They'll be right, and they'll say, guys, we got to stay home. And everybody's going to be like, nah, we did that, and we're not doing it again. And then we have a real problem.
And so that's one. What was the second one?
And two is not so much a problem. I just want to bring you back to the beginning of this blah, blah, blah talking journey. Time travel.
Okay.
We get somebody to go 100 years in the future, come back and be like, okay, Corona was nothing, but the Budweiser flu is going to wipe us all out if you're not careful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want to know. I gotcha.
That's all I'm saying. I just want to know the future. What's so wrong with that?
You're just not going to have that ability, though, right now.
Which is why we're going to start working on it right now. Let's all get together. We saw Avengers. They did it. Well, they went into the past, but still, let's figure something out here.
You're listening to the worst of the riot. RadioU.
Last Thursday, Sony was scheduled to have what seemed to be a fairly significant PlayStation 5 event. They were saying that they were going to show somewhere in the neighborhood of an hour of footage of the PlayStation 5. I was excited about that. Mostly because I think I want a PlayStation 5. I continue to kind of head down that road. I have upgraded my computer this year, which kind of came out of nowhere, but was really cool. But I think like to get a PlayStation 5. I have a bunch of PlayStation 4 games that do you hear it too?
I was like, what?
I don't think that sound? You guys probably can't hear it, but
I don't know. All right. It's not the alarm. It's fine. It's fine, guys.
As long as it's not the alarm.
As long as it's not that, it's okay. But there's definitely something. It
seems to be reacting to us talking.
It's fine. We're good.
All right. Anyway.
So back to PlayStation.
Yeah. So they're supposed to show about an hour.
Yeah.
And that has been moved to this Thursday.
Okay.
So this Thursday at 1 Pacific, which would be 4 Eastern, you can see an hour of new PlayStation footage, supposedly. Now, the event's going to be an hour, so I feel like there's a little contention as to how much we may actually end up seeing.
You mean might not actually get a full hour worth of play?
I'll just say this. I really hope they do a better job than the Xbox's last event, in which we kept hearing, like, you're going to see all new gameplay. And I think we got roughly 3 seconds of that Assassin's Creed game, and then it was like, well, wasn't that fun?
Well, you'll know a few minutes into it if they've been talking for a long time and no one's moving to the actual gameplay.
That's
why
you
won't see it.
I'm not watching it live. Like, I am not going to give them my time on Thursday.
Yeah, just watch it later.
I'll wait till it's over and I can scrub through the presentation, which will be full of numbers I don't really understand and don't always translate into real world performance. And I just want to see what the games look like, because at the end of the day, I don't care what the controller looks like. Like, I care, but I don't care.
Well, you'll find out Thursday, so that's going to be from PlayStation. They'll show you some more gameplay, and we'll see what other details they might have.
You know what would be great is if they tell you how much it would cost, but they won't. We're not doing that.
See, I think they don't want to, because they want you to fall in love with it, and then you'll do anything to have it closer to its release date. But they have to realize it's going to be expensive. So maybe if they gave you a ballpark figure, you could start saving up for it.
So it's like a dating relationship. They put their best foot forward, and then eventually you find out about the baggage.
Yeah.
It just takes more time.
It does, but you're going to get to that eventually.
Okay.
We will find out how much it is eventually.
That makes sense.
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
The truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
So, Nikki, tell me about what Apple's doing again.
Well, this is different. When you hear about it, you think, oh, this must have been patented by the result of being quarantined from all of our friends and family.
Yeah.
But it's actually not. They registered for this trademark and patent back in 2018.
Okay.
So this was before all the pandemic stuff. But Apple has found they're working on a way for you to have a socially distant group selfie.
Okay.
So if you take a selfie with your friends, everybody's in the shot with you.
Right.
But they filed a patent for having a software that would allow you to take a group selfie with people who are nowhere near you.
Okay.
So you'd almost have an invitation to a photo where you've taken it. They can send you their selfies, and then it'll merge all the people's faces together into one picture.
This is perfect. This is the illusion of friendship without any of the difficulties there.
Without having to be actually close together. So it removes everybody else's background and arranges the people's pictures. So it wouldn't be like a collage or anything, but it would just put them all with you, and then it would have your background with it.
Crazy.
Does it make sense?
It'll be really interesting to see how it actually... I mean, at some point, this will absolutely be a thing.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what it looks like in practice.
So you would invite people to the selfie, though, and then it'll arrange the multiple people into a single image, take their background images away, add your background image, and then you'd have one complete photo at the end.
It's crazy. I wonder, yeah. But the thing that's weird about that is, I can't get my words out. So it's basically like live Photoshop. Mm-hmm. If you were good at that, you could do it now, but it'll be an algorithm that'll put it together. And again, now you don't even need to get together with friends anymore. You do a Zoom call, then everybody sends their selfie, and then you print that picture and you're like, oh my gosh, we had so much fun that time we never got together.
Well, it'd be nice even if, pandemic aside, but say you had like a big important birthday party, but one or two people couldn't come.
Yeah.
You can still invite them to then be a part of the group photo. They'll send it in, merge it with yours. So it'd be neat just for that.
Yeah. I'm interested.
So that's the socially distant group selfie and how you can still manage to make that happen.
And I'm probably stuck in the Apple infrastructure now. Now, don't tell anybody I said this, but I like it so much better than the Android phones I've had that I don't know if I'd be able to go back.
I know.
Unless I financially had to, which is a very real reality.
The Riot Podcast. Radio U.
Feel free to join us anytime you like, unless you're a Skippy fan. In which case, you're not welcome.
So I can never remember. Wait, which one do you like then? You like the Jif peanut butter?
Which is to say the only kind that matters. It's the only kind that matters.
You don't like Skippy, or you just don't like any other kind? Or is it really directed at Skippy, as in you just don't like the flavor?
Look, Skippy, Peter Pan, you can put whatever you want on it. Why don't you just go ahead and put on the label substandard peanut butter?
Not as good as Jif, which is what you like.
Why don't you just put not Jif? That's all I need to know about that jar of peanut butter. Not Jif.
Yeah, but what about with all the other companies now? The more local ones.
Okay, now
the Kraft peanut butter.
You know what? I can get behind that. Like there's
a lot of really cool companies.
Let's just say when it comes to national brands, I want Jif, and the rest of you can just shut up and go home.
So you are open to the smaller ones,
like
but as far as like nationwide major ones,
a Kraft peanut butter.
Not Kraft, but
no.
Craft.
Locally sourced peanut, yes.
The machine where you put the peanuts in and it makes it right there fresh for you.
Fine, I'll do that. It's still probably not going to be as good as Jif, but I'll still eat it. And everybody's like, that's because Jif's made with blah, blah, blah. Don't even care. Whatever they did, they got it right.
Who cares how bad it is at this point?
They got it right.
It's good.
So speaking of getting it right, Jif came out last week and they're like, hey, new squeezable Jif. Just open your fat trap and...
So basically they're going to be in squeezable packets.
Mm-hmm. And then Skippy comes along and they're like, hey, us too. Look, here we are. Hey, Jif, hang on. Wait up, guys. Wait up.
Is that how it went?
We've got squeezable too. Hey.
So
hey, Jeff, come on, we're cool too, guys. Look over here, right here. Oh.
They're basically saying that both companies really want you to take your peanut butter to go. So they want you to have it with you.
I'm not taking.
It's about portability, is what they're saying. You wouldn't take a jar of peanut butter out with you, but
sure
you would take one of these.
Why wouldn't you take a jar?
You would take these squeeze pouches out with you, maybe even for a snack.
Listen. I can't start taking peanut butter with me places. It's dangerous. I already eat too much peanut butter as it is. It's part of why I'm fat. I just eat peanut butter. It's what that is concentrated.
Is that it? It's not the toast.
Listen.
What if you stopped having the toast but just ate the peanut butter?
No, peanut butter is like concentrated fat and protein. Yes, it's high in protein. It's also high in fat.
We're not working out enough to combat.
No.
Like if you're really a lifter or you really, really, really work out.
Well, I reject that. I'm really a lifter, Nikki. It's
No,
it's just lighter weights and only a couple times a week.
Like intensity level,
I know
all
what you
right?
mean.
Like if you were really that, then you could handle the calories coming from something like that.
It is peanut
We
butter.
can't.
It's like one of the most calorie-dense foods
I know,
in
and
the
then
universe.
you're like, but it's protein, and you don't realize how many calories it is. And then everybody's like, well, why aren't we losing weight?
It's peanut butter.
It is stuff like that.
And now Jeff is like, yeah, but what if you could take it with you? You're doing a lot of walking now to burn off the peanut butter, so you got to get some more.
All this to say
Skippy.
that Jif announced it, and so now Skippy Peanut Butter has announced that they'll soon be coming out with their squeezable to-go sort of, it's not a jar, it's like a pouch, but it's a big pouch.
Right. So you can, if you look in the photos, so you'll be able to squeeze it onto apples and celery.
Oh, they're saying you could just squeeze it into your mouth, too.
That's right, Tubby. That's for me.
Oh, all right. I just like to hear you be so passionate about peanut butter and what you hate and like.
Listen, okay. Let me just tell you, all you need to know about me, I can teach you right now. I can eat generic anything except for peanut butter, ketchup, and macaroni and cheese.
Those are the main ones.
And I want hot water and air conditioning. Everything else in my life is negotiable. But those are the pillars. Those are the things
That's what's holding him up.
That's what it all stands on. Okay?
The Riot. Not everyone's a fan.
I wonder whose idea this was.
RadioU.
So, Nikki, I have here, some of us, not all of us, have been doing school and or work from home for the last 6 weeks. So I have an article here from an Australian something doctor, I don't know, whatever. She says there's 6 things that we have developed as bad habits that we need to break.
Oh, coming out of
because
quarantine
of
stuff?
Working/studying from home.
What is it?
Eating at your desk.
Oh, well.
It's bad.
What's bad about that? There could be worse things.
Who cares? Eat at your desk. You know what you need is some squeezable peanut butter.
Just squeeze it all over.
That'll take care of that for you. Number 2 is sitting in front of a screen all day.
What else did they think we do anyways?
Well, it says that you should break this habit by stretching your neck, shoulders, and back every 30 minutes. Well, that doesn't keep me from the screen. Poor habit 3, resisting cravings every time. Listen. Break this habit by eating small portions of snacks across the day.
That's what I've been doing.
No, they're saying that your bad habit you've developed at home is resisting all cravings. What planet was this article written for? People can barely...
I'm just having smaller, larger snacks throughout the day.
People are walking around. They're going to work in bathrobes now because none of their clothes fit. And you're telling me that it's because we've resisting our cravings?
No, they say that if you can only withstand it for so long if you're trying to say no to something, that if you just have a tiny bit of it, then that should do the trick. But that's not usually the case because once you have a tiny bit, then you can't stop.
What are you saying, like a little squeeze?
Yeah, and then
Not
before
like a
you know
full-on
it,
squeeze?
you find yourself in some bad spots.
Okay, poor habit 4, overanalyzing or stressing excessively.
I guess.
But that's like my day-to-day. Poor habit 5, catnapping on the clock. I do that too.
You do?
Yeah. I'm sleeping all day.
All day, every day.
Yeah, I'll just find a quarter, lay on the floor, set a clock for 5 minutes.
Just a quick one, a little refresh.
And then, Nikki,
What?
how about this one? Bad habit number 6 that we've developed while working and schooling at home, ordering food delivery.
Yeah. Woo! Yay!
Nikki.
USA! Delivery! Woo!
That's Nikki's platform. Nikki 2020.
I promise you, the American people.
An Uber driver in every driveway.
It will go out when you need your stuff and bring it back with a smile.
An electric car in every garage.
Not
and an
snack
Uber
on
in
it
your
when they
driveway.
bring it back and throw it and you could see it on your camera. No, not that. They're going to gently place it. Your warm food.
Look out, Trump and Biden. Nikki is coming for you. She's running third party, but it's going to be the biggest third party you've ever seen.
I'll tell you, that was a problem in the quarantine time for sure.
Well, that's what they're talking about. It's a habit now. You can't stop. You
Josh-
can't stop.
Josh in Kentucky texted. He said, my company makes us eat at our desk so that we don't congregate together.
Oh, yeah. Because, if people get together, they might discuss ideas. And people with ideas are dangerous.
Never mind.
What? Sorry, what? Was I getting it wrong?
It's true.
That's not it?
That's what I think
That's not the one?
They want to make sure people aren't too close together. So eat at your desk, which we learned when we were working at home at our desk.
I've been eating at my desk forever. So you can squeeze in some time for other things. Little catnap, baby. I don't know.
I don't know if I really care for her list. It's not anything revolutionary.
That's the internet, Nikki.
We were doing all this before.
That's I feel like the entire internet is people telling me things I already know. They've just organized it in a list.
Into a list format and think that we might be interested in it.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because RadioU exists, and RadioU only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.